Our first guest today is actually one that has been asked by not only me, but other Twitch chatters to come on and showcase their class. Now, before we start this one, I just want to give everyone a heads up that I've been warned it is quite possible that this interview will be nothing other than a big old pile of misinfo. That's what I saw chat say. They said if you get him, it's just going to be nothing but misinfo. And I said, oh well, we're getting him on anyway. Now, last time I spoke to one of these classes, this guy was in chat watching, and he was backing up a lot that our last guest, again, this was like before the actual official interview series, and I was just talking to people before Challenger World came out to try to figure out what I wanted to make on Challenger World. And he was there backing up a lot of claims. And I think that my last guest was kind of like leaning on him for some confirmation on some of the information. So my guess is the misinfo thing is just a bit. Like, it's all just a meme, I think. I hope, but we'll find out. Without further ado, my next guest will be showcasing one of the classes that I've heard has some of the greatest, if not the number one greatest mobility in the entire game. Today, we are going to be talking to a Battle Mage player, none other than the one and only. I told you guys I wasn't going to interview him, but I just said it to set you off the track. It's ALPHANCY. Whoa! Hello, sir.
Hello.
What up, bro? Okay, what did you do to them?
I don't know. I don't know. Every time I log on, they're just cursing my name. I don't know.
Oh, just for no reason?
It's unwarranted even.
Oh man, damn. Guys, do you even know what he did to deserve this, or are we all just jumping on the Liro train? Now this place looks familiar. I think I know what you're about to do. But for anyone who wasn't here for the last one, this is gonna be guys, get ready to pog out a little bit over this.
No, I did put in some practice. I'm not the best at doing this.
Okay.
But I think it's best to showcase that Battle Mage does have one of the, I'd not say the best mobility in the game. Now it's gonna take me a minute, but if I butcher it, sorry about that. But I think I got it down.
Okay.
So because our mobility is so good, we're able to. Hold up, let me make sure I do this right. See, I think I might have messed this up, but we'll check. Oh, I did mess it up. But generally, because our ability is really good, I think we're the only class that is able to, let me hold up for my blink cooldown, to reach the top of the map using a combination of our mobility and rope lift. I knew I was gonna mess this up one time, so let me try one more time.
All good. Don't choke.
Yep. Let's see if I can get it. There you go.
Oh, damn.
Super nice. We're very fluid in terms of our teleportation. We're able to dodge things at quick moments notice, and I'm just saying, Kaiser and Lumi, their TPs, there's a reason why we're always being compared.
Yeah. That's pretty wild. Okay. So crazy. That has like basically no use. I mean, like that's extreme use, right? But like,
yeah, it's an extreme use. Yeah.
You're never gonna fight a boss where you need to like go that high vertically.
Generally not, but I will say that it does have some cases in like Kalos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where if he does breath or something, we're very able to just quickly up TP and just quickly dodge if someone calls it. So
okay.
very niche cases, but useful to have.
Yeah, It's really, I mean, regardless, it's still like really fast and seemingly like near like infinite vertical mobility. You can just like keep going up over and over and over. And that's really cool. A lot of bosses, like playing like vertically is not something that a lot of like new players think about. Like I still don't really think about it, but when I do, in bosses where like it helps, it actually is like completely game changer.
Yeah, it's really useful. I think one thing that a lot of people don't like about mages is how clunky it feels using teleport compared to flash jump. But
Yeah.
BAM isn't one of the big exceptions, I believe. Because like even when I'm playing other mages, being able to teleport in the air to dodge things, with teleporting, like, I mean, obviously everyone could teleport down, but like just being able to like quickly position very, very fast because we have 2 teleports usable in the air, or like let's say like I need to travel really quick, so I can just teleport like this, teleport like down, stuff like that. It's super nice. The ability, just there's just so much more things that I think a lot of people are put off just because of the teleport.
Yeah.
But BAM breaks those rules a lot, so it's definitely one of the classes I recommend, even if you don't like teleporting.
Yeah. It's a much more accessible teleport because you don't have to be on the ground like a lot of classes. That's like, I hate that shit.
No, I understand, yeah.
I hate that shit. Okay, before we get into it, why don't you give us your... Someone said that's like Pikachu up B. That's so funny. I didn't even realize that. It's literally Pikachu up B. That's so funny. Why don't you give us your Maplestory resume? So like what got you started playing the game? How long ago was that? And yeah, what kind of like boss accomplishments do you have?
So I started Maple back around the early like 2008, like when Aaron came out, I guess. I've been playing it very on and off, you know, just a fun game on the side. It wasn't until I think the Go West update is where I kind of took the game a little more serious again. So I like casually I got my character to around 270 by that time. So you know it does have a lot of like some old legacy stuff on it. But during the past year, I was able to push from 270 to 290, and so far I've been able to prog straight up to H Limbo. You know, obviously not the most. I can't say that I'm fully contributing, right? But I was able to get to that level of H Limbo and X Kalos about a year now. So
Yeah.
definitely, I'd say that I think I've been playing Maple more so a year than I would say that the beginning, like on and off of 10 years, just been playing it, but not really. I don't think it really counts.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, H Limbo itself is, as of right now, for anyone who doesn't know, like that's the hardest boss that people are clearing on Reboot. So even if you're not like actually doing your fair share, like 1/3 or whatever, then it's still like you can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, me personally as a noob, I still think that's pretty impressive. Okay. Well, let's get into it and talk about the class then. So before anything, let's talk about your damage profile. So if you want to talk about your burst, whether or not you're 2 minute or 3 minute, what kind of like mini burst you have, and if you just want to like show it off a little bit.
Yeah, no problem. So BAM is a 3-minute class with a 90-second mini burst.
Okay.
Let me make sure I go to the right one. Now, the thing about BAM is that the reason why it's a 3-minute burst is solely because of this one skill called Abyssal Lightning. This pretty much just signifies that we're bursting. It's generally pretty. Let me just summon a big golem. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yep. So,
Oh,
let me summon it with infinite HP.
killed it.
Too bad. Yep. Okay. So, when we're bursting, it's very simple. Is that we are pretty much a kind of a summon class, but not really. In that we have two big summons, being our Grim Harvest and our Altars.
Okay.
So that's gonna just help to, increase the big damage, as well as apply a thing called our brands. As well, we also have our Union Aura, which is just pretty much just more damage with us with whacking our stick. After that, we have Abyssal Lightning, and every time we proc our brands, you're gonna see these big pieces of lightning come through. It's pretty much just us bursting. It's pretty much just us standing still and just continually hitting the boss while our summons hit the boss as well.
Okay.
In general, the class is very easy to burst with. There's not much. I literally just hit one button, and I'm just bursting. That's it. Like, there's no special ability. However, BAM is on the weaker side in terms of damage. I'd say that while the burst is very, very easy, very mobile bosses, especially if you don't have a bind available. Like, obviously, most of the times you do.
Yeah.
It does become a little harder to burst because of our summons being, we having to resummon them. So, in general, I just say that our burst is very, very simple. It's very, very nice, but it is on the lower side.
Okay. So for the most part, it's like summons and then a lot of like passive procs.
Yep.
Okay. That's pretty simple. So what would you rank the burst then?
I'd say in terms of burst, I'd say it's a B. It's not the biggest thing ever. I think it's nice, like, obviously, as like a Legion champion or even like a main in solos. It's very, very fluid. You don't need to think about it. Another big thing is that unlike other classes where before we got our sequencing, BAM does have a immediate iframe with our 3-minute burst. So if you're ever in the you need to like start bursting, you can activate your burst like with a sequence, and you're pretty much iframe for the 2 seconds. That way you can start setting up.
Okay. Okay. So what's your like off burst DPM look like then?
So our off burst DPM is just pretty much same thing with just setting up altars and just whacking the boss repeatedly with our finishing blow. Unfortunately, it's just very basic stuff. You just TP around, needing to dodge things, and then just pretty much continually whacking the boss with our finishing blow. And then every 90 seconds, we're gonna have our Grim Harvest and our Union Scythe to just increase our damage. And as again, we're kind of a summoner class, but not really.
Okay.
So this is just generally what our 90-second burst is. It's just continually whacking the boss. It's pretty much what our burst is regularly, just without the big giant lightning strikes from the sky.
Yeah, okay. So is your 90-second burst like pretty decent then?
I'd say in comparison to our bursts, it's about I would say our burst is definitely a lot better for sure, but in terms of DPM, we're definitely, I think, in my opinion, good. Like it's nothing to scoff at. It's nothing that you can ignore. But even then, again, our damage is still on the lower side.
Okay. What about your origin burst? Does your origin hit really hard?
Oh, it does. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. One of the big things about our origin burst, and probably to go more detail about my actual burst. So BAM itself is again a proccing class. So we have this. Oh, let me think. This skill called Dark Shock. Now, what Dark Shock is that it's the little teleport that you see with me teleporting, right? Now, it also applies this thing called a Dark Brand, where after we hit the boss a certain amount of times, it's gonna explode and deal a bunch of damage. Now, this is generally where majority of our damage is. Everything else in our kit is just designed to blow these procs up and pretty much deal damage. The only way there's only 2 ways to apply the brand is either to teleporting on the boss, which something that we used to do, but they've kind of had a new skill to make up for it, which is our altars. Altars will automatically apply it, which is why it's very important that we have the altars around the boss. Because when you're fighting the boss, you don't want to like teleport outside of your burst window. You don't want to accidentally mess up. Have a point of where the brand isn't applied and you're just losing out on a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Now the reason why BAM commonly known in the community as the 6-minute class, is that while our origin does hit very, very hard, I'm gonna show the burst right here. Our origin applies the damage a lot. It just strikes so many lines that it's gonna continually proccing that brand on top of having a lot of damage.
Okay. Big origin. Damn.
A very, very big origin.
That's a lot of purple.
Yeah, it is a lot of purple. A lot of people do say it, but in my opinion, I think the aesthetics are it's just nice. It's supposed to be a kind of a depth class.
Yeah, that's sick. So what would you rank your off burst then?
Again, I think our off burst is kind of like a C, maybe a low B. Again, our damage isn't extremely high, but it's very, very simple to do. So that's probably where I'd rank it.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna put B. I'm gonna put B because otherwise those letters look way too sad overall. Okay, let's talk about something that's not gonna get a low ranking. Your mobility.
Yeah, for sure. One of our big things is the teleport. Now, we have a base. Oh, let me just turn this off. Base teleport is just, very basic teleport. And we have 2 additions to it. We have our, teleport boost, which, as you can see, it's slightly a big increase. But we also have our yellow aura. Yellow aura is pretty much a AOE buff that will kind of give generally just speed. The idea of speed. So, it'll make other classes attack faster. It will give me more mobility. It'll make me walk a little bit faster. So when I have the combination of both teleport boost and yellow aura, you can see that I'm just traveling much, much farther than what I would just be without it.
They're both just toggles?
Mm-hmm. They're both just toggles and you just have them on.
Okay.
Another addition with BAM's mobility is that if you ever need to cover a lot of ground, we also have this thing called Battle Burst. It's pretty much our dash, and with the combination of our teleport, it's a little hard to do in this map, but pretty much is that you can just cover a lot of ground very, very fast.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Do you have any, other than your teleport, do you have any like air stalls or anything like that?
Unfortunately, it's just teleporting. We can't teleport in the air like this.
Yeah.
Which kind of a technical air stall, but
yeah.
No, we don't have any like skills that will just hold us in the air.
Yeah, okay. Other than blink.
Yeah, other than blink.
Okay. Okay, do you want to go somewhere and like showcase the mobility in use, whether it's like a boss fight or whatever?
Let's do guess we could try it in Saren here. Now, one of the things about BAM, so as you know in Saren, let me put this in practice mode. One of the things about Saren is that a lot of mages will have some difficulty dealing with the giant banana that comes at you. So generally what a lot of mages do, let me see if you can spawn it. So what a lot of mages do is that they will auto attack to teleport on the ground like this. Right, this is something just all mages can do. But for BAM specifically, because we have so much ability, we can just teleport over like that.
Okay.
Another thing is that like it's a little hard to see me or see her attack.
Yeah.
But generally is that when she is attacking, rather than me just teleporting away or running away, anytime she stabs, I'll just teleport in the air just to dodge everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's super fast.
Yeah.
Is it like really responsive with your like main auto attack as well, in terms of like
it's extremely
like canceling
responsive.
it? Yeah. Okay.
The thing about teleport for us is that there is no delay. If we need to attack while we're attacking, it just lets us teleport.
Yeah. Damn.
Never
That's
gonna
sick.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks almost like you're teleporting like mid scythe swing there too.
It is.
Yeah.
There is no delay whatsoever. The only delay we really have in our skills is our Dark Genesis, which is just another thing that we just kind of cast off cooldown for DPM.
Okay.
But that's not really an issue with the new Hexa system or the new M3 and 4. So again, this class is extremely fluid. Almost everything is cancelable. I'm getting hit a bit, but in general, like, the best ability is just not getting hit, and BAM does have one of the best ways of getting out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy fast. And like, so wait, there is a cooldown on your teleport, right?
No, we can just teleport as much as we. Well, I guess there's kind of an internal cooldown, just because like you can't like just teleport really really fast like that.
Yeah.
But when you're in the air, like there's no real teleport. The only exception is that you can only teleport twice in the air.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so what would you rank your mobility then?
I'd say our mobility is definitely a solid S.
Yeah.
I've definitely had no issues. BAM. It's definitely, I think, the best in the game. I can't think of any other class. Maybe Ho Young in terms of just like being able to freely go anywhere I need to go.
Yeah.
Whether it's cowling, I can just, even if I'm caught in a bad position, our TP is just so wide range that we can instantly just move to any bubble. For Callus test, as I said, cowling. For cowling itself during P2, we'll have if we ever get hit with the FMA, I have the ability to air stall with my double TP. And I'm always able to find a quick safe spot too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really sick. So you think it's like one of the we gave a really high ranking to one of the other classes for mobility. Like I think we gave out like a double S to somebody. I don't remember who it was. Kali maybe? Kali.
I could definitely see that. Then I would say.
Would you say it's on par?
I would say it's on par.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
Double S it. Double S it. Oh yeah, we gave it a couple double S's maybe. I don't even remember. But yeah, I think it's really really crazy. And like this is the thing that everyone like talks about when every time someone mentions Battle Mage, everyone's like, "Oh, well, wait till you see their mobility." It's like actually just the craziest shit. It's like really simple. There's no like crazy tricks and stuff. Like some of the other classes mobility is like you have to cancel a whole bunch of stuff and it ends up being really cool when you're like insane. But like this is like just good, just like innately amazing. Mm-hmm. Even as soon as you pick it up. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, let's talk about your survivability then. So, specifically anything that like heals you or shields you or iframes or damage reductions or anything like that allows you to like stay inside of attacks that you would normally like want to dodge.
So I did mention it earlier. We do kind of have an in-class iframe. It's not the most reliable, but again, it does help when you need to, which is our like 2 seconds of iframe when we need to start our burst and when it ends.
Okay.
Abyssal Lightning, obviously, it's helped me a few times, but it's super super niche. In terms of other survivability, we have our party shield. In my opinion, it's mainly for cosmetics. A lot of it, what it does is that it reduces attacks percentage damage. I believe it's 10%. But the problem is that a lot of bosses, right? They'll hit you for 100% of your HP like 3 times.
Yeah.
So in essence, the party shield it's helpful for some things in edge cases where let's say in Saren, some of the attacks are unaffected when you have the thing called Untouchable, which Party Shield will give you if you're in the shield. Okay. But in general, it's very edge case. I will say that majority of the time I do forget about it, but sometimes it's there. It's nice to have. But in my opinion, it's very super niche and just cosmetic. I honestly find myself never using it. Even in hard bosses, sometimes I forget about it. The other 2 tools we kind of have, which they're kind of nice. Again, I wouldn't say they're the worst thing. Our draining aura is a ability to it's kind of like pseudo lifesteal.
Okay.
It heals you for 1%, and obviously we're hitting billions of lines, right? That's 1% of a billion is a lot of lines.
Yeah.
But it cuts your healing off at 20%, so you can only heal for 20% of your HP. Again, not the best. It's nice. I find that some people like
Wait, is
to
that a
use it when
passive
they're-
or that's an active skill?
It's an active, so it's pretty much so. Oh yeah, to speak. BAM has a system called auras.
Uh-huh.
We have five auras, being that our yellow aura, which I already showcased, is like speed, giving us more range to teleport in, attack speed, and movement speed. Our next thing is draining aura, which is just in general healing. Passively, it will heal you, but when it's on, anytime you do damage, you'll heal your party members. But it does have a internal cooldown, I think 5 seconds. In general, it's not something that you'll have on during your bossing, but you will get the aura during a later aura we're going to talk about in a minute.
Okay.
As our next tool, it's a blue aura. Blue aura is just kind of like the status effect aura. In general, it's okay, but the main reason we have it is because of our hyper skill, which gives it cleansing. Imagine using Hero's Will, which you'll cleanse your effects. It does it every 5 seconds. It's kind of nice in some situations if your party needs it, but in general, it's very conditional. It's not really something that I kind of rely on. And then after that, we have our two main auras that we use generally for bossing, which is our dark aura, which is just giving a lot of damage, and then our weakening aura, which will weaken the boss, and in turn give you more damage.
Okay.
And then for our fifth job, one of the things I was talking about is our aura scythe. This is our mini burst and burst skill, which combines all our auras and gives us an extra damage boost. So
Okay.
while the blue aura and red aura isn't extremely used during normal play, we generally have the aura scythe on, which makes it active most of the time.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
But yeah, in terms of survivability, spam doesn't have too many tools. We really rely on just teleporting out of dangerous situations.
Yeah. So you have the shield, you have like really, really minimal healing, you have the iframe, and then I guess technically you could count the blue aura like dispelling status effects as well.
Yeah.
And also E-form because mage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, that's definitely not the worst thing ever, but in terms of just like
It's a lot of like small
on-demand
stuff.
iframes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so where do you think you would rank your survivability then? Like not including your ability to dodge stuff, just like standing in the bad shit.
Yeah, just in terms of our skills, I'd say we're ranking probably on a C. Not having our own class special iframe just makes it a little wonky because especially you don't want to pop your burst randomly. You want to use it when you need to bind, right?
Yeah, you're definitely not iframing like using that for the iframe. You're using it for damage, and then like if you happen to use it at a time where it saves you, then that's great. But you're not gonna like change the timing of it defensively.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Are you getting? I mean, aside from ethereal form, are you getting any kind of like iframe or anything in the 2-minute change? I know a lot of classes are. No?
No, actually, no.
Unlucky.
That's okay. Honestly, the 2-minute change, I can talk about it later, but
yeah,
the 2-minute
I'll ask
changes
about it
are
later.
So big for BAM.
Okay. Let's go back to a target dummy, or you can go to a boss if you want to showcase the boss a little bit. And let's talk about your rotation. So if you could go through like just in general, like your opening origin burst into like maybe 3 minutes or whatever of just DPM and off burst into another regular 3-minute non-origin burst, and maybe just like talk through what is kind of going on while you're doing it.
Yeah. So just to go through our rotation, let me put this on. One of the things for our burst is that we have two regular buffs to go through. We have for Liberty, which is our class resistance buff, gives damage, and Maple Goddess Blessing, which is in general just more damage.
Uh-huh.
After that, we have our Abyssal Lightning, which pretty much interacts with our Dark Shock procs in order to just call down the lightning from the sky and just deal way more and way more damage.
Okay.
Going through our next skill is our BAM's specific buff called Master of Death. Master of Death in general is just a skill that buffs our damage more, but also changes how one of our skill interacts, so that rather than lasting for the full 40-second duration that it has, it shortens it, but it also massively increases the damage.
Uh-huh.
And the next thing, again, we have gone through our Aura Scythe, which pretty much just combines all our auras and increases our damage.
Yep.
And then we have AB and that, but that's like not class specific.
Yeah. Okay.
So during BAM's burst, what's really really important is that we obviously apply our Dark Shock brand, right? Every time that explodes, that's going to give us a lot of damage. So before we're bursting, we're generally trying to either have the boss in our in between altars. That way, it's constantly applying as we're attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Very very simple.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we're just gonna pop our Abyssal Lightning, Grim Harvest, and Aura Scythe, as well as all our burst.
Okay.
And after that, we just straight up Ori is something that does, I think, 66 lines. Let me just make sure. And well, in general, it just does a lot of lines. It's just talking the brand over and over and over.
Uh-huh.
And during our burst, we're also going to be casting our Hexa Dark Genesis, which pretty much is just more lines, more lines. The skill itself, it does mediocre damage, but it does 60 lines of damage. So it just keeps proccing the Dark Shock over and over and over. After that, we also have our Sweeping Staff, which it's just a giant big staff. I'm whacking with a giant stick, and
Yep.
it's just more lines after that. And that's pretty much just our burst. It's very very simple. We just have in two things. We pop everything, and then we just hold down one button and just hold down these two buttons as they go off cooldown.
Okay. Okay. I would say that's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. And then pretty much during our off burst, we're just again trying to keep it between our altars and just whacking it over and over with the stick. Nothing too crazy. Just parking our Genesis and Sweeping Staff off cooldown and just waiting for our 90s to show up. And then after that, our burst.
Okay. So two skills that have like fairly short cooldown, and then your regular spam skill, and then summons.
Yep.
And then like cooldowns, like big cooldowns. Okay. Pretty simple. What of those skills do you know like what's doing the most damage? Is it just like the lightning shocks and like your regular attack?
So yeah, it's pretty much our dark brand. I'll go over the 3-minute. But one of the reasons why I say BAM's a little more annoying is that our altars actually are one of the biggest contributors of damage in our rotation.
Oh, okay.
So it's very, very important that we keep the boss in our altars. Obviously, for bosses like Kalos, where he's diving across the map, or Limbo, where he's just dashing back and forth, it's very, very annoying to deal with that. But in general, it only makes up about, I think, 10% when I last checked of our damage if we keep it in the altars at full time. But in general, let me actually I didn't actually start. But in general, a majority of our actual skills, being like Sweeping Staff, Dark Genesis, they're not doing a whole lot. Let me show you just to see, like, obviously altars, it's a little inflated because it was hitting repeatedly.
Yeah.
But Dark Genesis is only doing 5%, Dark Shock's doing 50%, and then my skill that I'm spamming is only doing 25%.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
very very reliant that we're hitting our Dark Shock brands.
Yeah. Which is getting like the reason that you're able to deal the dark shock damage is because of the statues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna ask you to rate your class's rotation and like play style from your biased opinion on like how much fun you have and like I guess how engaged you are playing this class in boss fights and stuff like that. Basically, just like I'm more or less just asking you to rate your enjoyment of the way the class plays.
Okay, yeah, I'd say BAM's like a solid S. It's very very simple. The very mini game of just having to like control your altars is a little annoying, but it's not the worst thing in the world. all you need to do is just right click it, it despawns it, and then just, you know, spawn another set again.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world. The only issue is that there is a internal cooldown of 20 seconds per altar, which you have 4 charges of. The altars themselves last for 40 seconds, so in general, most of the time it shouldn't matter too much if your party's willing to play around you a little bit. But you know, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty engaged in that motion, but otherwise it's very simple.
Yeah.
I rule rarely very drone where I'm just like whacking this and just forgetting what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I'm always trying to pop my sweeping staff and Dark Genesis off cooldown.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, I think it's a solid S.
Yeah. Okay. Dope. I think it looks cool. It definitely doesn't look boring. I'll say that much. Okay, let's talk about the difficulty. So, usually what I like to ask at the beginning of this section is, what do you think the hardest thing is, even if it's not that hard? What do you think the hardest thing is to pick up Battle Mage as a beginner, either a beginner Maplestory player or like just a beginner Battle Mage player?
I think one of the things that a lot of people kind of overvalue BAM, and this is not really. A lot of people have this misconception that BAM still does this thing called telecasting. What telecasting is that we are pretty much jumping in the air, teleporting down, and then like obviously continuing this cycle repeatedly where we're pretty much maximizing our teleport damage.
Okay.
In the past, this was kind of a thing because rather than the Dark Shock brands being the majority of the damage, the actual damage was in teleport. That's why it's very important that we continue teleporting.
Okay.
This was changed a long time ago, but people still have this misconception. You don't need to teleport. It does give you a little bit of an increase if you're like really good at it and consistent at it. But because of how GMS is with our attack speed and us not having a cap, in general, you're gonna have majority of your damage just holding, like just standing here and letting the altars do the work.
Okay. So it can be difficult if you like really want to sweat for the extra like couple percent overall FD or something.
It's like 1% or something.
Yeah.
It's extremely minimal.
Okay. Okay. So aside from that, then like if someone decided they weren't gonna try to do that, then what would be the next like actual difficult thing about the class? Something that maybe like someone has to do or learn how to do.
I think the only hard thing is altar management.
Okay.
Altar management is not that hard. All you need to do is just, you know, when we set up our altars, we have 2 ways of setting it down. If you just hit the skill, it just summons 1 altar and does nothing. And then, you know, if you're not too far away but somewhat close, you just set up another altar and then it's gonna start going, sending the ball through. You can do this 4 times, or I guess 5 times max, depending on their cooldown.
Oh, okay.
It'll just go back and forth, right?
Okay.
I think some BAMs, when they first start, might be too focused on the damage, where they'll spawn all 4, and then the boss will teleport out of the area, and then obviously you're just missing a lot of damage.
Yeah, you have to replace them all down.
Yeah, but in general, I think most people generally just start with 2, have 2, that way you're never... You know, if the boss moves away, you can just cancel it, move it away. It's honestly the hardest part about BAM is altar management, but even then, it's not the worst thing in the world. You're always able to apply the brand again with the teleport. It's just that, you know, without altars, you're gonna be missing out on some damage.
Can you set them up like on different platforms? Like, can the orb go in other directions other than just left and right?
There's let me show you outside and Telheart. So like in Kalos, when we have like multiple platforms, kind of like this,
yeah,
you'll often see me like do stuff like this.
Make a little box, yeah, okay.
A little box. It's just very simple, very nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, going side to side is really nice, but you know, for things like Kalos and Limbo, where it's just up and vertical,
yeah,
stuff like this, it's super.
And they're jumping
easy.
around to different platforms. Like this way, you have more than one area covered. Okay. Okay, cool. So, overall, what would you rank the difficulty of this class in terms of, like, getting to a point where you can play it on, like, an average level? Like, not not being the
Oh,
most perfect player?
this is like I think the skill ceiling is extremely low. Even with
Okay.
the ultra management, I think this class is like ranking like maybe like a D, if D being like easiest,
Yeah.
or even an like it's very simple. All the skills are laid out. I even for my buffs, I literally only have to run one sequence of skills because we use the same thing for our 90s and our 30-minute or 3-minute. So yeah,
Oh, so you
this
just press
class
the
is
same
extremely
button
quick.
on your 90, and it just
Mhm.
ignores the ones that are missing from the 3 minutes still.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty chill. That's not bad. And you have like summons to manage, and then you have like 2 cooldowns
Yeah,
outside of
but
burst,
even
like really short
yeah, but
ones.
even yeah, pretty much like even the summons, you can just resummon them. So like this, like our Grim Harvest, like if I need to, I can just move it again.
Oh,
There,
okay. No cooldown.
yeah,
Yeah.
there is no difficulty. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty chill. Okay. Um, some people like that. All right, let's talk about your party support. So, what kind of stuff do you bring to a party to, help teammates with, whether it's more damage or like survivability or any utility
Oh,
or anything like that?
yeah. Bam is one known as one of the better supports in the game, at least from what my knowledge from how long I've played.
Yep.
Obviously our altars is something that applies to the party. I know that some classes will not have the attack speed one because they want to run some type of cooldown or so just pretty much anything that just doesn't guarantee that they hit the max cap.
Yep.
So they'll ask me to run haste aura. That way they get the attack speed as needed. It's definitely nice to have. Obviously, our draining aura and our blue aura very situational, but I know that for Blue Aura that some people have asked to be on just so that they can ignore some mechanics.
Yeah.
But in general, the main thing that people look for BAM is literally our weakening aura and our dark aura. Dark aura provides a 10% damage buff and an additional 5% with our haste. General, it's about 2 to 3 FD on average.
Okay.
Very nice to have. It's pretty much what we're gonna have on the boss 90% of the time.
Okay.
Uh, the other thing is our weakening aura. Now, weakening aura is something that's extremely, pretty much the main thing that people look for BAM. It applies IED, or like, it ignores the enemy's defense, right? But the other thing is that our hyper skill just gives it straight up 5 FD. It just gives you 5 damage,
Yeah.
right? That's amazing. It's constant. But the only thing is that it's the only aura that doesn't apply to your teammates. It applies to the bosses. So you need to be around the boss to apply it.
Okay.
But the good thing is that the aura will last for about, I believe, 40 seconds, maybe even maybe a minute. It's been a while, but yeah, it'll apply for a minute. And because of how our Union Scythe works, our Union Scythe is only ever going to be off, like not applied for 40 seconds. So as long as you're mini bursting and you're bursting on time every single time, that aura is always going to be applied.
Okay.
The only issue is that like if we're phasing the boss, we're moving to the next cycle. I just have to remember, oh, the buff's not on. Well, let me just switch it, apply it, and then I'm back to Dark Aura or
Yeah.
Yellow Aura. Uh, Pretty much, I would say that the party play is really good. It's very helpful. It's very passive. You don't have to wait for anything. If it's on, it's on. And then obviously we have our party shield, but it's
It's like, okay.
yeah.
What's the range on the aura? Like, do they have to be like kind of close to you, or is it like?
It's definitely not like you can't be like cross map for sure.
Yeah.
But I'd say like as long as you're around on my screen, it should apply. Majority of the time, the maps are small enough where it shouldn't matter that much.
Yeah.
But it's yeah. As long as you're decently on my screen, you should be getting the aura. The only difference is that weakening aura, it's not instant. It does take some time to apply. So once I have it on, I have to like be near the boss, and I just have to wait like maybe 2 to 3 seconds, and then it's gonna be on there. So that's the only downside. But the other auras are almost instant.
Okay. Okay. So then, what would you rate it?
I'd say the party play is probably solid A. It's very nice. It's passive. Imagine just doing 7% more damage at all times, just
Yeah.
for having a BAM in the party.
Yeah. Okay. Dope. And I mean, there's a lot of other stuff there too, not just the damage. I personally would love to have someone removing my debuffs like every 5 seconds or whatever after whatever that was, blue aura. That would be dope because I get hit by a lot of shit.
It's nice. I will say that for certain bosses like Kalos, I've definitely been caught by the stun a few times, but then blue aura will proc, and yeah, I'm safe. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I get caught by that shit all the time. There's no way it removes Black Mage curses, right? So far,
Yeah,
like nothing has been ignoring Black Mage curses from every single class I've talked to.
Yeah, unfortunately, not anymore. I think the only class that used to be able to do it, not anymore, is Kana. But again,
Yeah.
the Black Mage Curse is the only one that it doesn't remove.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Dope. Let's talk about your Hexa skills. So if you want to just like show off your masteries a little bit, maybe talk about what they do and how they change the way your character might play.
All right, so for our Hexa, it's very basic. I'd say that we don't get a lot of difference in how we play. It's generally the same. The only difference is that we would not ignore some skills until they got their Hexa upgrades. To go through our first one, our Condemnation is a passive ability that just you might be seeing it. Let me go into a map to show it off. But you might see this little Reaper behind me. This is what our Condemnation is, right? And this little bar charges up and will pretty much automatically apply or have the little Reaper spawn out and just hit a bunch of mobs. It's very, very passive. When you're applying the boss, as you can see, it just spawned right there and just whacked it. In general, it's just another passive way to apply the procs as well as just do a little bit of extra damage.
Okay.
Not craziest the thing, but it did give a lot of damage for sure. So in terms of Hexa Importance, it's definitely one of our bigger upgrades because it just gives so much damage.
Okay.
Our next thing is our Finishing Blow and Sweeping Staff. Now you may notice that like Bam's abilities just aren't the biggest. You know, they're very, very melee in terms.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the having our Hexa Sweeping Staff is so nice because it is so small before we get our 5th job skill.
Yep. Okay.
After that, you know, it's just our Sweeping Staff that also gets the upgrade in combination with our Hexa Finishing Blow. So in general, it's just a buff to our basic attack. Very simple. It's nice to have. Very, very cool looking. It just applies more lines. Basic stuff. Now, our Holy Grail, Dark Shock. Dark Shock is so much of our damage. In terms of Hexa, again, it's one of our biggest gains. It's still not as big of a gain as I would like it to be, but it is definitely a very big gain. Pretty much all it does is that it just makes our Dark Shock better. We have Brand Apply, and then it has an additional brand. So if you like brands, it's going to apply a brand on a brand and then blow up that brand. That's pretty much what Hexa Shock does.
Okay.
And then for our Hexa Genesis, let me just show you the pre-Hexa. So this skill is just, it's very basic, very small.
Yeah.
Before we got it, we would just ignore it. It stopped us from attacking. It applied 2 little lines. It did no damage. It just wasn't good.
But now.
Well, what I have. Oh. But now it's on cooldown, but I'll show you in a minute. It is a giant attack that will just do 60 lines of damage.
Yep.
It's huge, it's cool. But it still doesn't do that much damage. The main thing is that it just does a bunch of lines. It's okay.
It does enough that it's worth pressing now.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. It upgrades our Dark Shark passively as well, so it's not something that you can't ignore, but in general, it's not the biggest thing. It's cool looking.
Yep.
The only annoying thing, though, is that there are 2 versions of our Dark Genesis.
Yeah.
Now, you might be seeing that there's a giant triangle when I press it, but that triangle disappears when it's gone. That's because it's a 4th job skill. So there's a chance that we can get a cooldown reset on it and hit it again. But, you know, Nexon in their infinite wisdom, rather than giving us that cool version forever, will let us cast a pretty weak version that just in general, it does the same thing. It skill walks you. It just doesn't do the big lines.
So it's basically
And
not
with that-
worth if you cooldown
It's not
skip.
worth doing. It's not worth it.
Okay. So you only press it when it's the triangle.
But I would say though that BAM's Hexa is amazing. We are probably one of, if not the most Hexa efficient Hexa efficient classes in the game.
Like for
in general,
early investment or for like all the way up?
In straight up early investment.
Okay.
To give you a good idea, when M3 M4 came out, in general, we got a 17% FD gain. Like
Okay.
if we max it. Unlocking level 1 on both of our M3 and 4, Dark Shock and Genesis, is 11%. Just off one level.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, so I always recommend that if people are looking for a Legion champion, BAM is amazing for that. All of its skills scale really, really well into early and scale worse as you level them later. But in general, like if you're just looking for something that takes low investment, you're just gonna be having like so much gain for how little you need to put into it.
Okay. And your origin is also like insane, right?
Yeah. So our origin, pretty much the big cool factor of the class. In general, nuke. It's a giant nuke. It does a bajillion lines. It does a lot of damage. I think you guys seen it before, but let me just use it on a bunch of or let me just use it on like Callus or something. Let me teleport.
It's gonna be big damage.
Mm-hmm. Let me make sure my fans are right. Oh, looks like my VA didn't go off, but regardless, you could see how much damage that origin just did by itself. And at this point, I'm just DPMing it. Like, 50% of the boss is gonna get pretty much as nuked if I was a little stronger, but in general, like, that skill is probably one of, if not, the most satisfying parts about playing BAM. You just watch HP bars delete.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. And so that's like a lot of the damage comes from the beginning of it, but then also like...
Yeah, our DPM is definitely nothing to scoff at for sure. Especially with M3 and 4, a lot of our damage shifted not too far from the burst because our origin is just that good.
Yeah.
But definitely something that we can't ignore just because we're applying our Dark Shock and just blowing it up more often than not. I guess I didn't have some of my toggles on.
Yeah, all good.
But,
all good. Nobody noticed, don't worry.
It's okay. That damage is kind of insane without it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot. Okay, so what would you rank this class in the Hexa Importance category? So in terms of, like, the need to try to get Hexa to, like, really play the class?
I'd say it's probably a solid B. It's definitely something that you don't like. The gameplay doesn't change at all, but the damage is just too important to like not have.
Sure.
I guess that's true for a lot of classes.
Yeah.
In general, a lot of our DPM comes from like, you know, Dark Shock being upgraded, Hexa being Genesis being upgraded. But yeah, it's definitely not something that like a lot of people will notice too different before and after, but the damage is very, very big.
Yeah. Someone was asking, yeah, for your CP. For context, not bad. Not bad. That's kind of a strong battle mage. Okay. All right, let's talk about your farming. So, I mean, you got a lot of summons. I have to assume farming on this class is pretty chill.
It's actually kind of a bit of a negative. Not because of
Oh,
now, but I'd say that a lot of people before they hit level 200, uh, all of our summons are on a fifth job.
yeah. I mean that's
So
fine. No one's grinding up to. I mean like specifically when I talk about farming, I mean like what's it like farming in like early Grandis, right? Like when you get to 260. Because let's be real, no one's farming like pre 260 these days. Anyways, they're all just waiting for
yeah.
hyper burns and shit.
So yeah, I mean, our class is pretty solid to farm for sure. But the only issue is that our skills are a little miss cooldowned, if that makes sense. Our altars only last for 40 seconds, right?
Oh,
So, a lot of skills, especially Urdanova, will last like a minute, right?
uh huh.
So there's kind of a bit of like annoyance there because you'll have to like apply your altars, but then not apply your Urda.
Uh huh.
That's just a bit of annoyance, but otherwise, altar or just farming with Bam is just pretty simple. It's pretty much just setting altars down and just TPing around the map and killing things. There was a time where if you were strong enough, you could just teleport to the mobs and kill them that way. But I would say that for early game players, that might not be the case.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would say the farming is probably it's mediocre. I'd probably like if I had to like rate it, I'd say like before we get Janice, the farming is probably like a B. But like after you get Janice, in general, things very simple. You just you put your balls down. Every once in a while, you whack the balls, and then anytime your Grim Harvest is down, you just toggle Aura Scythe while it's down, and just whack the boss.
Yeah.
Definitely not the most AFK, but at the same time, it does keep you engaged.
Do you have like lazy farming rotations with, let's say, with like Janus level 1?
Before then, no. I'd say some of the maps are just too big for altars to really cover everything.
Okay.
An example is like I could like put Grim Harvest here, but then because of the maps are so vertical, and my Grim
Yeah.
Harvest is very horizontal. Like even if I put the altars in like a weird position, I'm just gonna be just missing mobs because they're very very straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in general, it's pretty active early in the beginning, but it does get a lot better once we get Janus.
Okay. So you said like a B?
Yeah. A B.
A B. Okay.
A B.
Okay, not bad. All right, let's talk about your animations then. So, what a lot of people have been asking to see is the difference between your non-masteried skills and then your masteried skills.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, if there's anything else that you want to show off that you think is like notable with your animations, some shit that you just think is like cool, then yeah, all the power to you.
I think majority of the time, or majority of the things I did showcase, so like again, before our sixth job, our kills are very very basic.
Yep.
We're a very melee class, so you're not gonna see like too flashy stuff. A lot of it is just it's very like 2009 Maple. Like a lot of it was just new, very like old. A class never really needed an update like other classes like that.
Yeah.
So while they've done some brushing up, you'll notice that like this skill called Master of Death right here. This skill has not gotten any changes, and it looks extremely dated compared to what we have nowadays. And otherwise, like you'll see, like our like condemnation, it's still the same. Our Dock Shark is, I think, in my opinion, better than what it looks like now with the upgrade. It also has like the cool like lightning sound effects.
Yeah.
But in general, I think afterwards, our skills definitely look a lot more flashy.
Yeah.
More vibrant color. One of our coolest things is just our origin, just seeing like a giant Reaper just spawn in the air and then just break everything on the map. Super, super nice.
Yeah.
I'd honestly rate our animations as straight up S.
It's like a super unique style where it's like, because it's a mage, so it's like it's got like dark magic, but then it's got like a Reaper that shows up like that. I mean, maybe this is like the Lost Ark player in me that reminds me of like a lot like of like an assassin kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But then on top of it, it's like a lot of your altars and like summons and some of the other stuff that's going on with your like skills is it's kind of like mechanical.
Yeah, so because we're part of the resistance faction, we have a very steampunk inspiration, like base, I guess.
Yeah.
So a lot of our, even though we do have the aesthetic of a magic reaper scythe guy, we have a lot of gears and things to try to show like the foundation of what our class is, right?
Yeah. Reminds me of like Hex Tech from League, but like dark, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. It's like magic, but like magic created by machines.
Yeah, kind of like mage tech.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. All the purple and shit, all the dark. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think the theme of the class is really cool. It's really cool. All right. So, I mean, that pretty much does it for my series of questioning. At this point, I usually like to let anyone in chat who has any questions go ahead and speak up now, and I'll kind of filter through some of them. One thing that I haven't had you talk about yet that I think you wanted to talk about was your changes coming with the 2-minute patch.
Oh yeah, so with the 2-minute change, our biggest issue with the class, I'd say, besides our damage goes up by a lot, by the way, on the 2-minute change, is altars. Altars right now is a thing that you have to go around and specifically place in one area and then place in another area and then just let the ball go through. What the new altar will do is imagine just having one altar and they'll just spit balls in a circle everywhere and constantly apply the brand around you. And this has no cooldown. I can apply it whenever I want, and it does more damage than the old one.
Wait. Is that going to make your farming better too?
It will make the farming so much better, and it applies Dusk. So once you get Janus Dawn or level 1,
yep.
Early game players will have so much better time farming. Imagine just having this placed down and it just covers 1/3 of the map.
Yep.
It is amazing. Unfortunately, I can't show it because it's not here yet. But
yeah,
once that happens, the farming, I would say, is gonna be like a solid S. But right now, it's
yeah, but I mean, soon, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
Okay. Anything else? Are you getting any like cool new skills? Like basically, that's the big change, and then just big damage change.
Yep. In general, once we get the 2-minute change, all our numbers don't go down, or not all our numbers, but a majority of our numbers just don't change. So just imagine just doing the same amount of damage but faster. You're just gonna have more damage in general.
Okay.
And then that altar change is just the biggest QOL we're gonna have. One of the biggest things that a lot of battle mages will have issues with is just not having the altar down when you need to. Telling your party you need to wait because they need to set it down. There's just so many issues with that altar, and having it change is just so big. Every single band I've talked to just wants the altar change right now.
Yeah. Do you know if your altar duration is changing as well, or is it still going to be 40 seconds?
Unfortunately, it's still 40 seconds, but you can apply it off cooldown.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad.
Yeah, and if it's just shooting everything around you, and then Janus is proccing, then you can just like stand in one spot and just put the altar on yourself when you're farming.
Yeah. If I can
cover a lot of ground.
There was a video of a KMS player using it, and if someone has it on hand, they can show it to you. But it is astounding
I saw it. I saw it last time we were looking. I forgot, but I remember now. It looks the farming that gets a lot better. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody asked if you could explain why you use Sweeping Staff and Dark Genesis off cooldown in reference to Dark Shock procs.
So, just to go back to our dojo one more time.
Sure.
The reason we want to do that is because our Dark Shock is applied, you just want to keep blowing it up, right? Every single time it's applied, you want to blow it up. And then Altars is just continuing applying it like every a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
So technically we have it for infinite. So anytime you're not attacking, that brand is kind of being wasted, right?
Yep.
So just to show you, right. So once I apply my dark brand like this, oh, sorry. There you go. Like this. Because I'm hitting, let's see, like a lot of times, 60 times, it's just gonna apply a lot of Dark Brand procs infinitely, right?
Okay.
Same thing with sweeping stuff. It's gonna do the same thing. It's just I whack it, and in general, it's just more lines compared to finishing blow. Finishing blow is 6. This is like 12, and this is 60.
Okay.
That's why we're just mainly applying it off cooldown. It's just in general, it's just a damage boost.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason why. There's no reason why you shouldn't be using it off cooldown. You don't need to like do like certain windows unless like you're playing like Kant or something.
Yeah.
But even then, it's really really nice.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Makes sense to me. Hope that makes sense to that guy. Let's see. What else did they ask here? Oh, someone was asking if you benefit off of summon duration.
Unfortunately, not. It is a 5th job skill, and a lot of 5th job skills just don't benefit off stuff like that. Yeah, that's the only thing. However, I will say that our Grim Harvest does increase in duration as long as it hits something. So as long as like you just don't have it floating in some random part of the map where it's doing nothing, it's always gonna reach its max duration.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I think that's it. Someone said, what about unenhanced Hexa Dark Genesis? But we already talked about that, right? You pretty much, if you cooldown skip Dark Genesis, you just wait until
in general
the empowered one comes back up.
Worth it.
Yeah. Okay, what about like cooldown hat or anything? Do you play any like weird stuff like that?
I think with the 2-minute change, it's still suspect to do it. I don't think we benefited from it anyways. There's no real point of our reduction because again we're a brand class, so maybe applying the brands a little faster might help. But in general, like the damage doesn't, like we're not gated by like having skills just do a bunch of damage like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we aren't a cooldown class hat. We don't need to like roll for that, which is, I think in my opinion, like kind of a bonus. So you don't need to spend extra money looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Someone's been asking. They're not here right now, but someone's been asking in a lot of these interviews is your class ping reliant at all?
No, we used to be, but that's not the case anymore. Teleport is completely client based. Like I think sometimes like even when I'm lagging, I'm able to teleport freely on the map, so you don't really need to worry about anything ping reliant wise. Obviously, summons are handled server side, so again, everything about the class is pretty nice. I haven't heard of anyone having issues with ping, and I don't think we have any issues with ping ever since teleport became client-sided.
Hell yeah. W. And I mean, you already said this, but you think farming will change to an S tier after the 2-minute patch, yeah?
I think so, yeah. The farming with the new one, I mean, you're just having an extra Janus ball.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way of knowing like 100% for sure until you actually test it, but from what you've seen and heard, it looks, I mean, same. I saw a video. It looks way better than what you showed. It looks way better. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Do you have any final notes, any final words for any potential future Battle Mage players?
Honestly, I think BAM is a great class. I know everyone's looking at the damage right now and being a little suspect about it, but listen, when the 2-minute change happens, you're gonna regret not playing BAM. The class is simple, the class is nice, the aesthetics are nice, and every issue that I've ever had was gonna get fixed. You don't need to do anything special. You don't need to waste extra money for a cooldown hat. In general, you're just gonna have fun playing BAM. You're gonna see the TP. You're gonna just watch a BAM just TP in front of your face and dodge the one shot move, and you're gonna be so sad that you didn't pick BAM. That's all I'm saying.
There you go, guys. Play BAM. Are you active in the BAM Discord?
Yeah, I definitely do check it out every once in a while. So if you guys do have any questions, I will say that the BAM Discord is mainly nice. Sometimes they get a little snarky, but in general, they'll always answer any questions that you do have. But I will say, one of the biggest plus, not into the game, but I think BAM has, if not the most detailed guide out there. Pretty much any question that you might have is in that guide.
Damn. More than 100 pages like the Zero Guide, or?
It might be. It might be actually.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I spent like 3 weeks trying to read that guide. I still haven't made it to the end. That thing is insane.
Sometimes I have to browse through it again to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Okay, and if we have any new BAM players coming through the game at all, are you open to the idea of us just sending them your way for any questions or hints or tips or coaching or whatever it is they might want?
100%. I've had a few people reach out to me when they have questions. I definitely will tell you what I think. Regardless if it's the right one or not. But in general, most of the time, BAM is super simple. So if you do have any like questions about like edge cases, I can definitely help out with BAM in that aspect. Again, there's not really much to go through, but if you guys do have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me personally, either through my Discord or hit me up on like stream or anything, or even in Skylanders chat.
Yo, can I ask you? Do I pronounce your name ALPHANCY or ALPHANCY or ALPHANCY?
It's ALPHANCY.
ALPHANCY.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, all right, we got it. ALPHANCY. Do a lot of people call you Alpha?
Actually,
or is it Fee? People keep saying Frick Fee. Is that you?
That is me. It's pretty much just a play on what my name is. When you hear someone call you Alpha, it's like it happens a little bit inside, right? It's such, I don't know. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
So I like it when people say Fee. It's nice. Obviously, every single time I show up anywhere in chat, you might see a barrage of Frick Fee.
Frick Fee.
But it's nice. It's nice.
All right, let's change it up, guys. Let's all say thank you, Fee. Make sure you say thank you the right way. Everyone say thank you, Fee. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Fee. Thank you, Fee.
Guys, get your reps in. Get your reps in. Get your reps in.
All right, bro. Well, thank you for taking the time. I know it took a little while to find like a slot that worked for us, but I appreciate you coming through and helping with all the Battle Mage stuff. I would have... there's no one I would have rather had for Battle Mage, so W misinfo, right, guys? Thank you, Fee. Let's go.
Guys, I hope you guys give the same love to Joe, the actual misinfo king.
Yeah. I mean, we still got to talk him into coming on here, so...
I mean, it's okay. Like if you think about it, he can do like the Pathfinder interview again, because like Flates have got the Bowmaster interview, surely, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, he could probably do the Pathfinder one, and it wouldn't be much worse.
I personally enjoyed it. I loved it when you asked the question, and he was like, "It does what?"
He said, "I think it's cosmetic." Like, or you know what the best part was he said, "Oh, this skill's called Cardinal something, but I don't know why they call it that because you can only go in like compass directions."
Yeah, Deluge or Burst. I can't remember which one either because I don't know because Phantom doesn't know.
I love that guy. He's so funny. All right, bro. Well, I'm gonna let you go. It's Rune Day, so time for you to get your rates going.
100%. I hope you have a good stream, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Good luck finding a map. Damn, guys. It's WAP o'clock. Lero. Thank you, Fee. Yeah, that was a good one. Battle Mage is a really cool class. I said it before, but like the whole like concept, the whole theme of it is like super unique. You know what I mean? It's so I don't think I've ever seen a class with like that combination of like style in any MMO I've ever played. Like Mage, Grim Reaper, Mech, like all like mechanic all at once. It's super weird. It's really cool. I also think the class is it's a little bit more simple but still interactive than what I was expecting. All I've ever really like all I've ever really seen was the crazy like teleport and mobility and stuff. I never really got a chance to talk to someone or like see specifically like what their damage profile is like or like what the rotation is like. So yeah, I think that class is actually like really, really, really cool. I think it's really cool. Just another one for the list, guys. Another one for the list. These interviews are not helping me narrow down which character I'm going to hyperburn. The hyperburn is available in like 3 days, and I have no idea what character is getting hyperburned. I'm actually it's making it harder because every time I do an interview, I'm like, oh yeah, that class is cool. This is actually making it more difficult. I needed to just spin a wheel, close my eyes, and just make whatever the wheel lands on. It honestly might end up being that at this point. No, I can't. We're gonna have to finish these interviews, and then we're gonna have to make a tier list, and I'm just gonna have to keep moving stuff above and below each other until we find one that's on top. I think that's the plan. Anyway, if you guys watched this interview because you were looking to learn more about Battle Mage, then I hope we answered all of your questions. If we didn't, then ALPHANCY or Fee streams on Twitch pretty regularly, so you can go over there, check him out. You can ask him any questions that you might have. I'm gonna just straight up leak his Discord. His Discord name is exactly the same as his character name, so yeah, just send him a Discord friend request or DM if you want to ask him any questions. Yeah, I doxed him. All good. Hope he wasn't keeping that secret. Anyway, I hope that each and every one of you enjoyed once again another incredible interview with a very knowledgeable and entertaining and kind guest. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.